What's up, guys and girls? Um, Today we're going to be doing a lane analysis. Um, and just a brief introduction for those who don't know me. I'm a Plat 5 player on the game League of Legends. I actually play every role and almost every champion on at least the gold level. So you can really call me a jack of all trades. And certain champions, if I feel like if I played them well, I could probably play them at a plat level. But I like to play for the fun of it, so that's why when you look at my match history, you never see the same champion twice. Anyhow, this laning analysis was inspired by the fact that we lost this game pretty hard, and Lucian actually mentioned that he did not know what he did wrong at the end of the lane. So there's a lot of micro stuff that I felt this video would help other people explain and understand how this lane works. So let's just get straight into it. He stays a little bit long on a blue. You don't need a leash for that long, and he misses a CS there. CS is just mechanics. You have to work on that. Overstaying you can fix right away. The problem is if you overstay, sure, you give them a better leash, but especially with the new smite buffs, or not new anymore, you don't need to stay that long. And if you do, what you end up doing is stealing experience from the jungler, and on top of that, you lose XP because you get to the lane later. Now, as Lucian, you want to exploit your passive, which he does. You want to use a spell and then auto attack them and get your double proc off. The problem here is you reverse Urgot and Lulu. Now both of these are a very strong lane matchup right now. So another problem he makes is he constantly tries and trades with them. Right now you don't want to trade with them because they are so very strong. Urgot is a very early game dominated champion. He thrives off trading. So each time he trades, he ends up putting himself further and further behind. And actually, let's play that back. I'm gonna pull it back a few seconds. All right, let's start here, and I'll play it at halftime speed. So Lucian, he uses his W as a long range poke. It has a longer range, and you can get someone. That is very good in certain scenarios, but here, well, okay, first I screw up and I get hit by Urgot. That W by Lucian was horrible. First off, it hit the minions, missed completely, and he did get the proc off, but at this point you should try and avoid trading, and we get to a case where it's become very clear that trading with them will only result in loss of mana because they have pots up, they're still full HP, and we're getting slowly poked down. Lulu is a very strong champion right now as well. She's being played mid lane. That's how strong she is now. She's kind of broken, so this is a very strong early game poke team we're facing, and as you can see, we're just being poked down to death here. So he should not keep trading. At best, he should just farm minions, maybe lifesteal off some of those minions so he's recouped, because at this point he's pretty low compared to them. Granted, Urgot has almost run out of mana, so we have to keep that in mind. And so another thing that should be mentioned is, as Xpecial says in a recent interview, there is no aggressive role that works best or passive role that works best. In League of Legends, the best way to play is like water. What you want to do is you want to play the smart way. So passive when it's best to play passive, and aggressive when it's best to play aggressive. Similar to what Bruce Lee said many years ago, which was be like water, my friend. And so the first mistake I think he made was that he should have gotten to lane faster and pushed up the lane dramatically. If we had pushed him under turret, we would have had the level advantage, and Urgot would have had to deal with getting CS on the turret, and he wouldn't have the time to harass us. So since we missed that, our next best play would be to just play passive, get the CS, avoid any sort of E's or Q's from Urgot or from Lulu for that matter. So right now, not too many mistakes. He's missed a few CS he shouldn't have, and we get to a precarious point now because whenever either or both champions, especially the AD carries, are at less than half their HP, something can definitely go down. So I went to ward because if the jungler came, there's definitely kill potential there for either of us. So we have to play careful. One thing to note is Morgana is very strong in the current meta for support. So a lot of people like to max her E second, but they used her E wrong. The E is only used. Okay, let's pause it there. The E cannot block Urgot's Q ability, so using it there like I did was a mistake on my part. So that's just something to keep in mind. Another problem is, for some reason or other, this shouldn't have really happened. Especially because I main Katarina. Anivia got poked down pretty hard, and now Kat has shoved and started roaming. You should never let a Katarina do this sort of thing. Anyhow, she's come to roam, and this is a very precarious situation. I should have warded here. Most of the supports only ward the Tribe Rush, or they ward here, which in my opinion is very unuseful because